So let us move on to the sixth question. A contractor estimates that 3 persons could rewire Jasminder's house in 4 days. If he uses 4 persons instead of 3, how long should they take to complete the job? So again, the number of person and the number of days they will take. So again, this is a job, this thing. So again, number of person, if it is increasing, the number of days will get reduced. Therefore, we can rightly say that it is inverse proportion. Okay. Now for 3 person it will take 4 days. For 4 person, how many days it will take? Again, inverse proportion. So again, the same thing. x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. So x1 is 3 into, this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2, into y1 is 4 equal to x2 is 4 into y2. That implies 12 by 4, which is equal to y2. That implies y2 is equal to what? 3 days. So the seventh question, it is given a batch of bottles was packed in 25 boxes with 12 bottles in each box. If the same batch is packed using 20 bottles in each box, how many boxes would it be filled? So again, inverse proportion. So number of boxes and the number of bottles per box. Number of boxes, it is 25, so the number of bottles per box will be 12, and they are given number of bottles is 20, therefore we can say this will be reduced. Number of boxes will get reduced, number of this thing, see here, this is increased from year to year, it will get decreased here. So it is inverse proportion. So x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. This is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. That implies 25 into what is y1, 12 is equal to x2 into y2. What is y2 here? 20. Okay, so that implies what? 25 into 12 divided by 20, which is equal to x2. Therefore from here I will get the value as 15. It's x2, therefore it is nothing but number of boxes. So the eighth question, a factory requires 42 machines to produce a given number of articles in 63 days. How many machines would be required to produce the same number of articles in 54 days? So the number of machines, number of days. So the number of machines, it's 42, number of days, it is 63. For 54 days, how many machines are required? That is a question. Okay, so again, number of machines. So if the number of machines is increasing, suppose it is increasing, okay, suppose it is increasing, number of days will get reduced, because number of machines can work at a time, more number of machines are working at a time, then less number of days are required to produce the number of articles. That is the logic. Now here x1 y1, so it is inverse proportion, so x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. That means this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So 42 into y1 is 63 equal to x2 into 54. That implies x2 is equal to 42 into 63 divided by 54. So I'll get the answer as 49, which is nothing but the number of machines. Ninth question, a car takes 2 hours to reach a destination by traveling at a speed of 60 km per hour. How long it will take when the car takes at the speed of 80 km per hour? So we have the same logic we have discussed in the first question itself. So speed, which is in kilometer per hour, you have to see the unit also, and so it is taken 60 speed for in 2 hours, and it is taking 80 kilometer per hour for how many time? What is the time required for that we need to calculate. So again, it is inverse proportion as we have discussed in the first question also, so I can directly go for that. So x1 y1 x2 y2, so x1 y1 equal to x2 y2, which is equal to 60 into 2 is equal to 80 into y2. That implies y2 is equal to 60 into 2 divided by 80. Okay, so from this I'll get the value as 3/2 hours. So we can convert into mixed fraction. That and all we can do. Okay, so this is the answer. So let us move further for the 10th question. So it is said that 2 persons could fit new windows in a house in 3 days. Okay, so the number of persons, again the job thing, correct? Number of persons, again it is basically the inverse proportion. So number of persons required to do certain job in certain number of days. So for 2 persons it takes 3 days to fit a window in a house. If suppose the first part of the question says what? One of the person fell ill before the work started, how long would the job take now? So from 2 person, if 1 person is ill because of some certain reason, so it becomes what? 1. So how many days it will take, that is the question. So again the inverse proportion. So x1 y1 equal to x2 y2, that implies what? This is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So 2 into 3 is equal to 1 into y2. So from this I'll get the answer as 6 is equal to y2. So the number of days required is 6. So let us move further for the second part of the question. So it says how many person would be needed to fit the window in 1 day. Now the ulta is happening. So what is that? So the second part is that now for 1 day, how many persons are required, people are required for completing that certain job. So again I can take here y2, this is x2. So here we need to find the x2 value. So 2 into 3 is equal to x2 into y2 is 1. So x2 is equal to 6. Again the same thing. So 6 people we can see. Okay,